Now, at this point, it's going to come down to catchers. I do have 3 things on my bench that could be catchered for knockouts, but that's not too reliable. If I can evolve one of the Sneasels, I'll have 80 hit points instead of 70. Then I'll win the game, probably. What I'm going to need is to catcher his Magnezone. Again, if I do that, that'll be it. So I just checked my discard pile to see how many I've used. Looks like I've used just a few catchers, maybe 1 junk arm or so. And I should have a few left at least in my deck. So, if I can draw into one of those with a Oak's New Theory or a Copycat, I'll be in great shape. Now he does play 1 catcher to bring out Sneasel for a knockout before it evolves. This was a good play by him. He could have taken the Weavile, which already has 10 damage from an Earthquake previously, but he knows Sneasel, he needs to get it before it evolves. It's an easy target, and there's a knockout. So, for me, if I can draw 2 catchers in 2 turns, game's over. There's no chance he can win, plain and simple. So, I'm going to go for a Copycat here, because it does have 7 cards in his hand. Think about just using the plus power to get rid of it, but there is a small chance I might need it later, so I play the Copycat, praying to draw a catcher. And let's see, and I don't draw it. So, that's bad news. No catcher for me. I'm going to Claw Snag, hoping to get a catcher out of his hand, but I don't see one. That's unfortunate. I was hoping there would be one in his hand, maybe a catcher or a junk arm. So I take a look in his discard just to see what I should get rid of. There's 2 junk arms in there already, 3 junk arms in there already, and 2 catchers. So I was really just hoping to get that with a Claw Snag, and I see there's not a whole lot of cards in his deck. So what I want to do is take the Sage's Training. That'll give him the best way to get another catcher. I don't care about the Copycat. He'll be able to use that no matter what. But I think the Sage will net him more cards in the end, so I decided to take that. Now I have a decision: do I want to bench Yanmega or not? Do I want to play cards out of my hand? It's a weird choice. I'm going to be using Heavy Impact this turn, but I don't want to give him another target for catcher. So I'm going to play a Fighting just to get rid of a card. I'll also play the Yanmega, apparently, just in case he does knock out my Donphan this turn with Lost Burn. Because if he does, I'll be left with no attackers, and I'm really put in a tough spot. It was really unfortunate that I didn't draw a catcher in either of those 2 turns, because now my Donphan can get knocked out in 1 hit by 4 energy from Lost Burn, and I'll be left with a whole lot of nothing. So I really have no options at this point besides pray that he doesn't have a catcher. And I didn't see one in his hand. He had a fairly big hand, so I got rid of the Sage. He won't be able to magnetic draw for a lot. He does have a Copycat, which is why I played my hand down. I wanted to give him the worst odds possible to draw into his catcher this turn, because if he doesn't get a catcher, I think I can win this game still. Now, as you can see, the format is turned into a lot of catcher battles. Whoever gets the most catchers seems to win the game, because just being able to gust out a Pokemon is very strong. It's kind of dictated this matchup so far, and it's kind of unfortunate. You thought Reversal was bad, but catcher's just as bad. Now, it's going to come down to this. Does he draw a catcher off of his 4 cards? It's not very likely. I'm feeling pretty good at this point, knowing that he just had to Copycat out of desperation for 4. My Donphan's probably safe, and I'll have another chance to Juniper for a catcher, and then he plays a Junk Arm. So, he did draw it off his Copycat for 4. He's going to Junk Arm for the catcher. Now, he also needed a Lightning off of his Judge, so he needed a catcher and a Lightning Energy off of 4 cards. Looks like he got the catcher, and he discarded a Lightning with Junk Arm, so probably has another Lightning. Here comes the Magnezone. there's the lightning. So he'll be able to use Lost Burn for a knockout. Now the reason he needs so many energy is because Donphan resists lightning, and it has that exoskeleton Pokebody. So it's minus 40 every time Magnezone attacks. So he needed Lost Zone 4 energy for a knockout. Now at this point, I've pretty much lost the game. I can't even match his hand size because, well, he has one card and I can't match that. So I play a Juniper, just trying to draw more stuff, trying to get another Donphan. I also had to discard a Fighting Energy there, which hurt me a lot. I won't be able to power up another Donphan with Heavy Impact, but Phanpy is going to be my only hope at this point. Check to see if he's used a switch or not yet. If Magnezone's stuck there, then I'll have some hope. If not, well, I'm dead. So, put a Fighting onto Phanpy, and I'll probably end my turn here, because there's nothing I can really do. I'll leave Yanmega up active, just because it's hard for him to knock out, even if he does have a switch. But, pretty sure I lose at this point. He's down to 1 prize versus my 2. He's got a Magnezone out to keep drawing cards. I couldn't attack him that turn. I don't have any threats, really. I don't have many catchers left. And I'd really need a Heavy Impacts for a knockout on one of the Yanmegas, so I'm really on a clock. And I have to pretty much hope that he can't match my hand size if I can knock out this Magnezone. That's going to be the only way I can win. So, I just take a look at his discard, see what he got rid of so far. Puts a Lightning on the Magnezone just to threaten that. If I attacked him with Yanmega, then I would lose to a Lost Burn next turn. So it looks like he doesn't have a switch in his hand, which is good for me. At least, I haven't seen one yet, so he's going to think about his options. Plays a Copycat for 5, so he could still get a switch. If he does, though, he can't use Linear Attack or Sonic Boom anymore, because he wouldn't be able to match my hand size. So I'm safe from an attack this turn. Okay, as you can see, I did have another Fighting left, but that's my last one. If I didn't discard that one with Juniper, I would have had another one to Heavy Impact. And as you can see, I have a plus power and a catcher. So I'll be able to plus power for a knockout if I can draw it. I don't have many cards left in my deck, so pretty high odds that I draw it. Put another Fighting on the Donphan, even though I know it won't matter. So I'm going to have to Oak's New Theory, praying for plus power to get a knockout here. If I don't, then, well, I'm probably going to lose. So this is my one chance. As you can see, there are 7 cards in my deck. But going to be shuffling in 2, so that'll mean out of the 9 cards, I'm drawing 6, and one of those has to be a plus power. Pretty good odds, but there's no plus power, so that's no good for me. All I can do is Earthquake at this point, which I don't even know if I should Earthquake here, but I'm going to. Now again, I'm going to hope that he doesn't have a switch, because that way I'll be able to take a prize. But then after that, I have to hope he can't match hand sizes. Yanmega is his only attacker left, so if I get a few turns where he can't match my hand size, I'll be able to win the game. The unfortunate thing is, even if he can match my hand size once, he'll be able to knock me out with a linear attack on Weavile, the one that has 20 damage on it already. Since all I can do is Earthquake, I'm going to have to damage my own Pokemon. So pretty much if he attacks one more time with Yanmega, and he linear attacks that Weavile, I lose the game. There's no way around it. I'm out of Super Scoop Ups, there's no more Junk Arms in my deck. I can't do anything, and it looks like he's going to play a Collector here. He did have a switch, by the way, which he must have drawn into, off the copycat last turn. Either that or he top decked it. So he's gonna play Communication, shuffle in the Magnemite. He's probably not gonna get anything, or he might get the Magnemite back. Just getting rid of cards so he can draw more off Magnetic Draw. He'll be able to match my hand size at 6 after the Magnetic Draw. And then I would assume he'll linear attack that Weavile. Because if he does, he probably doesn't know I'm out of Fighting Energy. But that's, you kind of do it just in case I don't draw Fighting Energy. And you just go after the one with damage on it. So at this point, as long as he linear attacks the Weavile, I've lost the game. There's no way out for me. I can take another prize and hope that I get a Junk Arm off of it. That'll be the one way I can do something about this. But, I mean, I can play my hand down as far as possible. So you can see I shuffle in the Weavile with Communication. Not going to grab anything. And you see I did have that plus power there. So, that's a bummer, but hey, sometimes you don't draw the cards you need. And I'm not going to take anything. Probably play down the Fan P2. But I need to take a prize this turn. So, play a catcher. Play a catcher, I hope. I really need to take a prize this turn, so I need to hope that one of my prizes is a Junk Arm or a catcher. If it's not, I'm going to lose the game. So, I play my hand down as little as possible, just to make sure he can't match my hand size. Then I play a Collector, just to get rid of cards. So, after the Earthquake and the prize taken, I'll be down to 3 cards. He's played a lot of Junk Arms already. And as you can see, I draw a Tyrogue off my prize. Not very helpful. And it's just gonna come down to, well, I lose. I needed a catcher or a Junk Arm off that prize. That would have been my way to actually just take it to sudden death. Super Scoop Up also would have been useful, but I only played 2 of those, so I didn't have one as an option. As you can see, the Weavile has 70 damage on it, so if I Earthquake, I just lose the game. Now he's saying he's got 2 catchers left and 4 cards. What he doesn't realize is I lost already. But we're going to play it out, see if I have any tricks up my sleeve. And I was just telling him I had a plus power left to knock out the Magnezone that I didn't draw also, so some bad luck from both of our sides. And as we're going to see, I think about it, I bench Tyrogue just to get rid of it probably. At this point I'm just flailing about. I can't win the game, so I just end my turn. And eventually he's going to be able to match my hand size, and I'll lose. I can also deck out, so he plays a Judge. That'll match the hand sizes. And that'll be it. He can linear attack Weavile for the game. So a very back and forth battle that really came down to Pokemon Catcher. People said, oh, Pokemon Catcher won't be that bad. It's not going to break the game that much. But as you can see, this matchup was just Pokemon Catcher. He had more, so he won the game. So, interesting game, very close matchup. Unfortunately, I came out on losing end on this one, but great game against Josh. He played very well. Except for that turn where Pachirisu was prized, but hey, everybody makes that mistake. Especially when you're playing on Pokemon TCG Online. People aren't used to that yet. It's a lot different than playing in person. So, very well played by Josh. Very close matchup. I'm actually going to have to fix my deck. Change a few things. Because I think I don't have enough Junk Arms and such in my deck. But, thank you for watching. Hopefully my commentary helps you out. Hopefully you enjoyed the game. But, other than that, thank you for watching. See you guys next time.